everybody. It's Ryann, Lavinia, owner, founder of Face of Botox VAR, FIBB, Aesthetic Laser and Wellness. And today we're here with Jennifer, and we are here to discuss some fun topics on our podcast series. And Jennifer, as you guys know, is one of our lead marketing directors, and she is a Jill of all trades.
Yes, doing the podcast, and we are back again. Love it. So happy to be here. Glad to be doing this. Thank you all for joining us. We have our FIBB swag here, our cups today. So at FIBB, we always have some funny things that happen during the week. And as you guys know on our social media, we're always doing some fun and exciting things, but yes, serious and educational. And so we had we ordered, yes, I'm in charge of ordering our swag stuff. And so we ordered our some water bottles, and not to mention any, companies or anything, but this is how the water bottles came.
Upside down.
So I guess, if you wanted to drink your water bottle this way, you could. But
or it's a gerbil feeder. That's what we were saying.
Yes.
So, yes.
So yes, no, this is not how they're supposed to be. We do have our water bottles, our FIBB swag today. So we're up and running. So today we're excited to talk all the rage of semaglutides, GLP-1 peptides, things like that FIBB has to offer.
So pounds and peptides.
Pounds and peptides, absolutely. So give us a breakdown a little bit, Ryan, on some of those things as far as the different semaglutides. Weight loss is a big thing right now, right? And FIBB offers those services, those whole packages and things like that we offer for that. So tell us a little bit about that, and let's get into detail with some of those things.
Well, as I always say, patients drive what we bring in. And yes, our nation is truly suffering from, comorbidities, including obesity. And when the weight loss peptide came out, we obviously, being nurse practitioner, we have PAs, highly trained nurse practitioners that are medical health professionals. It just fit in our wheelhouse to offer it because a lot of our patients, are struggling with weight. And so it's a new option. This is an industry changer, game changer for everybody in the medical industry. And so our process, I kind of want to talk about and how it's different.
Yeah, give us that approach on what FIBB does maybe different from, there are people that might just order it online. Like, give us that approach of where FIBB comes in.
Yeah, so we are comprehensive. So we offer a comprehensive consultation. And this is where, some of the other online and things that you're not getting. We do a body composition for every patient that comes in to make sure they're a candidate. And we also look at other comorbidities such as obesity is one, obviously, hypertension, hyperlipidemia, which is high lipids and high cholesterol. And we also want to discuss their A1C because a lot of patients don't know that they're a candidate for insurance covering it. So an A1C over 6 qualifies with another comorbidity like hypertension.
So what makes FIBB different, Ryan, as far as you guys compared to others in doing these kind of packages and weight loss programs for your patients?
Again, we're doing a comprehensive approach, and we are monitoring. A lot of these patients are ordering stuff online. I hear there's no monitoring that's happening. They need to understand the dosing. There's a timeline of when we increase, we monitor side effects. So the other thing is we have a trim and tone package that we offer for patients with our EMSCULPT NEO, our body sculpting. And so patients don't realize that you can build muscle and burn fat, and that is really important. Again, comprehensive dietary, we do exercise. I talk to them about that. So that's where,
right.
And you've done EMSCULPT NEO.
Yeah. And it's a lifestyle thing too, right? So it's not just like, hey, here's your medication. This is what you need to do. They come in, they have that consultation. They're coming back, you give them their medications, you show them everything, you're taking their measurements, you offer the packages, with the EMSCULPT and things like that. They get different, different health stuff and things like that they need in order to kind of make that work. It's not just a one and done. It's a whole process to keep going.
And that we ask them why, why are they here seeking this stuff? If it's a body composition thing, we get them on the EMSCULPT NEO right away because building muscle, burning fat, get them exercising, get them on a dietary nutrition plan. We refer them out to a nutritionist. We also collaborate with HotWorks and some other gyms that they have to get moving. And this is a conversation. And patients are like, I know I don't do that. I eat bad. I travel. Well, they have to make changes too because this is not and I emphasize this is not a forever drug. This is a jump start to getting healthy and modifying their weight.
Correct. So what it includes, so let's say semaglutide, how does that actually kind of work?
So the GLP-1 receptors, like I said, is an industry game changer for people. It actually has several different mechanisms of action, and this is where my expertise in being anesthesia-based, pharmacokinetics, pharmacodynamics, and how these drugs work. So there's a couple different things. So it will modify your appetite. It actually has an effect on insulin and glucagon release, and a lot of these patients have metabolic syndrome, which is insufficient insulin release. And we talk, that's a whole other conversation to have, but pre-diabetic into that. And then it also decreases gastric emptying. So patients are going to not be able to eat their whole meal. It's cut in half.
Right.
So they're calorie cutting. The other thing with that is, too, because of the decreased gastric emptying, they're going to stay fuller longer. So your brain's, it's your stomach's telling your brain, because there's all kind of neuroreceptors that are talking to each other, that they're full. Mm-hmm. And so patients come in and they're like, I can only eat half my meal. Right. And that's when we know dose, again, being monitored, most patients don't need to go on the full dose.
Right. Right. Well, because, then you can monitor that. They're getting weighed. They're seeing. They're also getting, in your packages and things, you offer B12.
So weekly B12s. They get weekly weigh-ins if they want. A lot of patients prefer to do it on a monthly basis. Mm-hmm. We also say in the consultation it's 1 to 2 pounds a week.
So there's different side effects. As far as staying hydrated, you have to obviously stay hydrated when you're on some medications. But what are some of the, not want to say negative, but what should some patients expect? I know some are going to be different. Everybody responds different to the medications, but what can they kind of expect from taking some of these meds?
With our process, they're coming in weekly, and for their B12 shots, for their weigh-in, a lot of them are engaging in the trim and tone package on the EMSCULPT NEO, so they're getting their body consults, their body composition checked. And during the consultation is what we go through all the side effects and things that can happen. The most common side effects are nausea, some constipation, and or diarrhea. Patients can have that. We also do a full health history, because patients who have had history of any kind of GI surgeries, there's different disease processes that these patients can't engage and use the medication, including thyroid medullary cancer is a huge one. So if they have a health history of that, or family health history, Crohn's disease is something that some patients can tolerate, but if they have any, GI symptoms, so that will increase the risk, the side effect profile. Those are the most common things that we see, and nausea is the biggest one. So we like to control the dose, and that's why, again, it should be monitored by a health practitioner. Correct. Because we can modify the dose. And if they are nauseous, if they're not tolerating it, then we stop it.
Correct, yeah. Well, that makes sense. I mean, and again, this is becoming more and more popular. This is something that you guys, because again, back to, your kind of philosophy of taking care of, your inside, taking care of your outside. These people are coming in. I mean, we have several testimonials of patients that have gone through this program. Some are still on it. Some are just starting. Some didn't know about, the things that we offer that. It's can be life-changing for these people. Health-wise, their attitude, their lifestyle, how they feel about themselves. I mean, I'm sure you hear their stories.
Well, we have a mother, son, and daughter, actually, that have had issues. Like PCOS is a big problem for young women, and they can't lose weight. And so they all three have engaged in the, with the weight loss package, and they're doing the EMSCULPT NEO with it. And, the mom was crying to me one night at a football game, and she was like, you've changed. She's lost 50 pounds.
That's awesome.
And her son has lost 30. Her daughter's lost like 35. And for them, she's like, I see my daughter in these little outfits that she can wear now, and that's her confidence, and that's the thing with weight, right?
Correct.
And so, yes, endless amount of stories of patients. We have hundreds of patients on this, and the success is pretty much 100% if they're, doing a comprehensive
weight and I think that's the big thing, the big thing you guys offering the package, not only just the weight loss, going over habits and things, because like you said earlier, it's not something you want to be on or can be on for forever. So you kind of have to get that jump start and then kind of change those lifestyle behaviors. The EMSCULPT NEO is great. You guys incorporate that in and offer that into your packages, because now they're like starting to build the muscle and burn the fat. And it's a whole comprehensive program. And it's it's great benefits. It's something additional that you guys have here in your toolbox.
Well, and I can personally speak to it, and you do too. I work out 5 to 6 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
I move. I know, serotonin, all these happy hormones that are released.
Right.
It helps with depression. Patients have to move. They have to work out. As women, we get older. We have to increase our muscle mass because it helps with bone density. So those are my medical background and expertise in that. And personally, having a regimen every day, you have to change your lifestyle.
Right.
So I talk to these patients and I'm real with them.
Well, of course, as you should be. There's not ever one magical pill.
Yes.
As they say. It's
the
a
magical pill.
Yeah,
Should we talk about phentermine? The incredible drug, but at the same time, there's a lot of side effects with that. And so patients come in that have been on phentermine. And from an anesthesia perspective, it has issues with, you have to get an EKG, which is a heart monitor. So you have to do that prior to being on phentermine. And, it can create arrhythmias or fatal heart rhythms that can put you in like VTAC, FIBB, a lot of information there. But those kind of medical weight loss things that have come, across the decades, I just think the safety profiles are incredible with the GLP-1s. And we can get into the benefits of it.
Of course. And, once some of our patients that have been on this for a few months now, now they're like comfortable with themselves and now they want to start doing other things here, right? They're like, well, maybe I want to do facials now and maybe I want to do this. So it kind of opens a whole new avenue. But again, it's about lifestyle change. It's about you making people feel comfortable. And the same thing of having this as a package. Again, it's super important. There's so much out there with all of these different ones. Yeah. It's easy to buy something on the internet. But if you don't know and it's not monitored,
we've had many patients that have instantly converted because the conversation to speak on, they want, Ryann, I want you to manage this. They trust us.
It's like accountability kind of thing too.
Yes.
If you've got somewhere to go, like, okay, I have to go once a week and I'm going to get weighed and I'm going to get my B12. And
they love that.
And they do. They really
the
do.
FIBB skinny shot, because it has a metabolism booster and it's called methionine and it helps with, the weight loss program in general. So some of the benefits of these receptors, and there's a lot of research happening, and there's some things, as far as like the scientific data that we need to know and we need to be aware of. So a lot of our patients have experienced a decrease in alcohol intake. They do not want to drink.
Yeah, I have heard that.
And that's calorie cutting.
It is.
So they are, a friend of mine is researching this. She's a physician for Alzheimer's and addiction. This is going to be a huge game changer for the addiction protocols that are happening. And so those are other benefits, especially the Alzheimer's. It has a neuroprotective effect. So I tell patients that. So again, they're studying these. More studies need to be, needed. And I could get into the science of that more so. But, these are benefits. And there also is a GLP-3 coming out. There's a lot of things that are happening.
So let's talk about what we offer as far as our weight loss program here.
We offer our Semaglutide or Sermorelin. That's a weekly injection that patients do. And then also Sermorelin. Sermorelin's an exciting peptide that is at night, your pituitary secretes growth hormone. So it's an injection 90 minutes after your last meal, and patients do it 5 out of 7 days. It's an easy thing to do, and it helps really facilitate the weight loss. We also do the FIBB skinny shot, weekly injection of B12 and methionine, which increases metabolism, helps build, get that weight loss off. And then our Trim and Tone package includes the EMSCULPT NEO body sculpting, 25% muscle increase, and 30% reduction in fat. And so if you are interested in this,
you can find us at www.faceitbotoxbar.com. Call us at 239-322-3815 for a complimentary consultation. We have Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn you can follow us on along with our podcast as well.
And let's get your journey started to a better quality of life. You can call us, like she said, and schedule a complimentary consultation with one of our expert providers.
Do you fib?
I fib.
I fib.
You should fib.